Welcome to VSB News Online for Thursday, June 11th. I'm Peter Cattell. Reports of gunshots in the area of St. Monica's Road, Pembroke, around 10 o'clock last night have been confirmed by the police. Police media manager Dwayne Keynes provided us with this on-scene report.
At 10:19 on Wednesday evening, police responded to a report of gunshots being heard in the area of St. Monica's Road. Upon police arrival, it was forensically proven that in fact a gunshot had been discharged. However, no one was hit. Now the area has been cordoned off and police now forensically combing the scene for evidence. Now police can identify that two men on a dark-colored motorcycle, black men in fact, were seen leaving the scene. The pillion passenger was wearing what is believed to be camouflage. Again, men 6 feet tall, one on the back of a dark-colored bike, wearing a camouflage jacket, was seen leaving the scene. Police are interested in speaking with anyone who knows or has any information about this incident to contact police on 295-0011.
Mr. Keynes, do you think tonight's incident had anything to do with the sentencing today in court?
Again, just minutes into an investigation, police are doing their due diligence. We have officers on scene now that are processing the scene. In the appropriate time, we will speak to what we believe to be the motive.
Life in jail. That was the sentence meted out late yesterday to the two men convicted of the fatal shooting of Hailey Outerbridge and Rico Ferbert inside Belvin's grocery store. Christopher Dwyer and Levesque Roberts had been found guilty by unanimous verdict. Puny Judge Carlisle Graves delivered the sentence, as Chris Lodge reports.
26-year-old Christopher Dwyer and 21-year-old Levesque Roberts have been sentenced to life in prison for the murders of Rico Ferbert and Hailey Outerbridge, both men ordered to serve a minimum of 25 years before being eligible for parole. 34-year-old Mr. Outerbridge and 25-year-old Mr. Ferbert both sustaining fatal wounds after being shot multiple times while inside the Belvin store on Happy Valley Road back on January 23rd of 2013. Yesterday, Dwyer and Roberts were also sentenced to 10 years jail time for using a firearm to commit the murders. Roberts also receiving a 1-year sentence for taking a vehicle without consent, while Dwyer was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment for possessing firearms and 10 years for possessing ammunition. Those sentences are to run concurrently. Following an extensive manhunt and house-to-house searches in the Somerset area in January of 2013, Dwyer gave himself up to police, while Roberts was not found immediately in Bermuda and was eventually located in the United States. Bermuda authorities requested and got Roberts extradited to Bermuda. On Roberts' return in August of 2014, he was charged with the murder offenses and was also remanded into custody. Their cases were joined and both went on trial in Supreme Court, where they were both found guilty and remanded in custody until their joint sentencing yesterday. I'm Chris Lodge, VSB News.
A visiting couple have been robbed by a young man brandishing a hammer while walking along a section of the railway trail in the vicinity of the Hayden Trust. The incident took place at around 1:30 p.m. yesterday, and the thief got away with the female visitor's pink leather-looking handbag, which contained cash and a cell phone. The offender was believed to be age 16 or 17, with a light complexion, wearing a white T-shirt and khaki pants that ended below the knee. The couple were not injured. Police say this type of crime is highly unusual, particularly in that area, and would like to speak to anyone who thinks they may have seen the culprit. The main police number is 295-0011 or the independent confidential hotline 800-8477, which should be used. With the approaching weekend holiday and its attendant activities, the Bermuda Road Safety Council is concerned. Chairman Dr. Carlton Crockwell and some of the members of the council convened a press conference today to comment on the spate of accidents and deaths on our roads due to driving under the influence of drink and drugs. Put simply, he says, to stem this tide, the council needs your help.
If you're going to drink, I've heard it so many times, we ask you not to drive. A lot of people, unfortunately, has not paid attention to that message. and we continue to see people getting in accidents. Some have died on the roads, and some are seriously ill in the hospital. We've come in with another message for 2015 as we go into this long weekend holiday and asking the public to change their mindsets. Think, choose, and live. Yes, you heard it before, but saying it again. We have met hours and hours as a council trying to figure out the plan going forward, and the plan we've concluded is that we need your help. We want to thank those that have done an outstanding job thus far. You have slowed down. You are not drinking and driving, but with 5 road deaths under 5 bouts so far, we need your help to stop this problem. Report it. Let the police know what you see. But the Road Safety Council cannot do this by themselves. Long weekend. Someone said to me yesterday, this is going to be something different for Bermuda. This weekend that we haven't seen in June like this before. So how do we handle ourselves? We got parties upon parties taking place. We got one in Dockyard. We got one in St. George's and so forth. Everyone's going to be traveling by a bus, by taxi, or your personal car or personal bike. We need you to slow down. We need you to leave your vehicle home if you're going to drink. Find someone this time around that can bring you home safely. Get a taxi. Budget your money properly. Get a taxi. But very serious about this. We are asking you to change your minds. But we can't do it without you. We just can't. We've exhausted everything because we just can't do it without you. So our plea during this holiday that we start this holiday off with no road deaths, then what we presently have is 5, and we end it without any road deaths.
And we'll be back with more news right after this.
In an effort to make Bermuda's roads safer, and in partnership with Bermuda Police Service and the Bermuda Road Safety Council, DeFon's Broadcasting is launching a safe driving campaign. Complete with thumb bands, come into DeFon's Broadcasting and 94 Reed Street and make the commitment to drive safer and slower for yourself. Your voice could be featured on the radio. Get yourself a thumb band as a reminder of your commitment to drive safer and with fewer distractions. While you're at it, why not get one for someone in your life who also needs a reminder that our roads do not discriminate. They can take anyone's life. Let's drive safe, Bermuda, and arrive alive. Peace and love. Safe journeys.
The message from the Road Safety Council is echoed by the Bermuda Police Service. Here's Chief Inspector Calvin Smith.
Approximately 18 different events will be held across the island, and it's going to be a very hectic weekend for all concerned. These events are scheduled to take place from Dockyard to St. George's over this 4-day period. One of the events is the Juve Carnival, which we think everybody is going to be most concerned about because it takes place at 3 a.m. in the morning and ends at 8 a.m. in the morning. Due to some changes, the event is now going to take place at in the Dockyard area or Moresby Plains. To the older Bermudians, that would be the Malabar Field or the Island Field next to the Westgate Correctional Facility. However, I can assure you that over this weekend, the Bermuda Police Service will have a robust police presence at all of the major events, and we endeavor to have a police presence both on the water as well as on land. With that in mind, we want to remind the public about some of the responsibilities that you have, because as the Bermuda Police Service places on the authority of the community, we think that we should share some of these responsibilities. All of the events this weekend are designed for people to enjoy the holiday, and I can tell you now, antisocial behavior will not, and I repeat, will not be tolerated over this weekend. You will see additional units patrolling island-wide, and we'll be assisting members of the public where we can and responding to our regular calls for service. Alcohol will be available at the majority of these functions over the weekend. If you plan on consuming alcohol, we urge you do not drink and drive, or ride or operate a watercraft or anything that requires your full attention. Do not drink and drive.
Shortly before, the Bermuda Police Service staged its press conference calling for care and courtesy on the roads this weekend. A car and a motorcycle smashed into each other right outside the Hamilton Police Station at the junction of Court and Victoria Streets. The rider of the motorcycle was taken to hospital by ambulance with what were thought to be minor injuries. The driver of the vehicle was unhurt. Profiles of Bermuda has today publicized the results of a poll in which it asked 407 registered voters if they approved the idea of relaxing immigration controls to allow in investors and overseas workers to improve our economy. The majority, as Brian Darby reports, were against it.
When asked by Profiles of Bermuda if they would be in favor or would oppose relaxing current immigration controls to allow investors and more workers into the island as a way to improve the economy, nearly 6 in 10 voters, 58%, would oppose the idea. 1/3, 34.4%, would be in favor of it. 407 registered voters were polled. By race, there were clear differences. Nearly 3/4 of blacks, 73.9%, were opposed to the idea, compared to 2/3 of whites and others, or 65.5%, who were in favor of relaxing immigration controls for investment purposes. By gender, there were also differences. Males were evenly split on their views, with 47.6% opposing the relaxation of immigration policies as a way of improving the economy, and 44.4% in favor. On the other hand, females were more likely than males to oppose the relaxation of immigration policies, 65%, with 27% in favor. Brian Darby reporting for VSB News.
Asked for his comment on the poll, Home Affairs Minister Senator Michael Fay said that the opposition was not surprising, but less than expected, since so much misinformation existed about commercial immigration. It had nothing to do with bringing in workers or giving individuals Bermudian status or passports. Rather, one model being considered would allow for permanent residency on the basis of making a sizable investment that created jobs. But no decision had yet been made, and further discussion was required before it was. 23 schools were presented with awards for maintaining healthy lifestyle programs yesterday under an annual award system. The overall winner was Prospect Primary, with Mount St. Agnes Academy second and the Barclay Institute third. West End Primary was the most improved school. Minister of Health Jean Atherton presented the awards.
Today, we're gathered to celebrate and recognize schools that promote health to their students, staff, and communities. Again this year, one school will also be recognized for making great strides in promoting health as compared to last year. Healthy Schools recognizes that the culture and philosophy of each school are somewhat unique, and that each school interacts with its community in different ways as it promotes health. Through the 8 components of health, the assessment process aims to help standardize health in schools. Last year, 15 schools achieved gold level awards, with 13 schools obtaining 100% and a gold level award, and an additional 14 schools reached the silver level, and 1 school obtaining a bronze level. This year, 23 of 32 schools were reviewed, including 3 of 7 private schools and 20 of 26 government schools. Those schools will be recognized here today as we celebrate all school health promotion activities. For the first time this year, schools that have demonstrated 100% compliance will receive a platinum level award, and 14 schools achieved that level. 8 reached gold level, and 1 school achieved the bronze level. Today, we will present to you the recipients who earned Healthy Schools recognition certificates in 8 health categories for individuals, special recognition awards, the Commissioner's Award for the Most Improved School, the Healthy Schools Award for 2nd and 3rd place winners, and the overall winner.
Home Affairs Minister Michael Fay told his fellow senators yesterday that food banks and the handing out of surplus food were great ways to combat hunger in Bermuda. But he felt that the entire community should be involved, especially the haves. He revealed what his family does about the problem.
It's disappointing when some may say that this government doesn't care or this government is unaware of the issues that go on. I have not heard that around this table today, I hasten to add. But when it is said, it is very frustrating indeed, because it is simply not true. And I think what I'm going to do is add as well, so that people understand what we do as a family, and I encourage others to do the same. I am in a very fortunate position, Madam President. I can afford to basically buy whatever food I want. I can buy fine food and I can buy food that's not so great. That doesn't remove me from being unaware of those that don't have the fortunate position that I'm in. So you know what we do as a family? What we do is we take our children to the grocery store and we regularly take food down to the Eliza Doolittle Society so they understand that some people have nothing. In fact, at their last birthday for my twins, we asked families to bring food that could be donated rather than accepting gifts, because we don't need that. We don't need it. And rather than saying, quite frankly, the way I look at it is, well, it will encourage others to donate. We can all donate. We're all in a fortunate position to do it. And I've got to tell you what was sad when I went down to the Eliza Doolittle Society, and the number of times we've gone down there, their shelves are empty most of the time, to be quite frank. They're mostly empty because people are not coming down and donating. So rather than try and perhaps suggest that people are simply throwing stuff away, those that can afford have a duty to donate. That's how my family operates.
And now we turn to Earl Baisden for the latest from the sports desk.
Although it still needs to be confirmed according to all qualifying standards, Trey Houston has qualified for this year's World Track and Field Championships and the 2016 Rio Olympic Games. Bermuda National Athletic Association President Donna Watson, in her release yesterday in the lead-up to the Exile Catlin National Track and Field Championships, reported that Houston had run a 200-meter 20:42. This past weekend at the 2015 Texas State University Friday Night Lights All-Comers Meet, Houston lived up to long-held expectations in the 200 when he clocked that 20:42, winning the men's 200-meter dash elite race, finishing ahead of Courtney Williams, who set a new St. Vincent 200-meter national record, clocking 20:59. Bermuda National Athletic Association national coach Troy Douglas still holds the Bermuda national record at the distance, which is 20:30, which he set back in 1997 while competing in Belgium. Meanwhile, Tyrone Smith competed at the Gustavo Sol Memorial Track Meet in Estonia. Smith's start to the outdoor season continues to impress as he recorded the win with a top leap of 7.96 meters. The Bermuda Cricket Board and Chivas Regal announced today that Chris Douglas from the Devonshire Recreation Club was named the Chivas Cricket Sportsman of the Week. Douglas said how important it was to get his team off to a good start.
Well, it was my first 50-over match for my new club. I set certain goals for myself. I told myself I need to reach, say, five centuries for the season, and it was a good start to get off the mark when the first one with a century. It was also very important that I brought my teammates along. I actually coached one of my teammates to his first century ever, and it was also his first 200-run partnership. So that to me was a bigger accomplishment than my 800.
Maybe you got surprised physically that he didn't from the top, but got more runs than you.
Yes, for his first time, he actually outdone me this weekend. Congratulations to him on that as well. I'm very proud of him.
What other goals have you set for Devonshire Rec and yourself for the season?
For myself, it's more of a learning season. I've put myself down in the middle of the order so I can adjust to different things, and really and truly, this is a push moving forward for Bermuda because I feel I would be more beneficial in the middle of the order. For my club, I've set the goal of promotion, of course. First place, no second place is involved, but I would like to go undefeated for the 50-over season. It's kind of tough, but at the same time, it's a goal that we can achieve.
Sean Ombenois will take part in the Exile Catlin National Championships over the weekend. He is no stranger to competing against Bermuda's Aaron Evans. He breaks down what he's looking forward to this weekend.
Just to have fun, come out here and, see Bermuda for what it is and, do the best I can. I know Aaron is a great competitor, so I know it'll be a good race.
Now, what do you know about the humidity here? You've been here, you've been around the track for a little bit today. What have you learned about this area here?
I actually like it. I was talking to Aaron earlier, and he was saying that it's really humid here, and coming from Florida where it's always humid, I guess I'm kind of used to it, so I enjoy it. You know, the weather is nice and breezy, so it'll be good.
Now, it's always a breeze one way or the other here at the stadium. What times are you looking to post in the 800?
I mean, whatever happens will be, you know, sufficient, so I'm just going to come out here and give it a good race.
All right, you've raced against Aaron over the years in college. What are some of the memorable battles you guys have had?
Well, we had definitely gone against each other in some of the championships, and Aaron had gotten the best of me. So, you know, hopefully, you know, we'll have a nice competitive race here later this week.
Without giving out too many secrets right from the start?
We'll see.
26 boats went to the start line for race day 7 of the Wednesday night sailing series that gets underway in the Hamilton Harbor. Crossfire was the first boat to cross the line at a time of 46:34, and with their corrected time of 51:05, saw them finish second on the night. Nasty Medicine was the second boat to cross the line, clocking a time of 46:59, and with their corrected time of 51:15, saw them finish third on the night. The third boat to cross the line was Smokin', clocking a time of 52:27, and with their corrected time of 48:29, saw them finish first on the night. Fat Tuesdays was fourth on the night with a corrected time of 51:48 after recording a time of 56:05, while Peppercorn rounded out the top 5 finishers with a corrected time of 52:50. The Bermuda Lawn Tennis Association sanctioned tournament going on at Permanda Gates continued last evening with a men's A singles quarterfinal match and ladies semifinals action. In the men's A quarterfinal match, number 1 seed Gavin Manders took on Michael Way. Manders won the first set 6-love. He then was leading 2-love in the second set when Way retired. In the ladies' A singles, number 1 seed Kayla Cross took on Kirsten Soltis in their semifinal battle, with Cross winning in straight sets 6-4, 6-3. Number 2 seed Jacqueline Lambert went down in 3 sets to Zaire Simmons. Simmons won the first set 7-6, then went down in the second set 6-2, but Simmons would then win the third and final set, breaking Lambert 3 times to win 6-love. Walker Campbell took to the course for day 2 of the South Carolina Golf Association's Junior Championships, and he made the cut. After shooting a first round 9 over par 81, Campbell played much better in his second round, shooting a 3 over par 75 to end the day 12 over par overall, tied 33rd. Campbell's second round consisted of 2 birdies, 11 pars, and 5 bogeys. I'm Earl Basden reporting for VSB Sports.
Looking at the weather for Friday, June 12th, it will be mostly sunny. Winds will be variable and light. We are expecting a high near 81 Fahrenheit and a low near 74 Fahrenheit. This weather forecast is courtesy of the Bermuda Weather Service. Thank you for watching VSB News Online for Thursday, June 11th. I'm Peter Cattell.